Living without water? You must be thinking that we are joking. But, believe it or not, a time will come where we have to survive with little or no water at all. You would get water supplies at a higher cost at that time, as it would be desalinated and then reach you. Still figuring out what we are trying to reveal? Then let us do it for you. This is Earthy Perks, with a new episode to unveil that we would soon end our supplies if we would be using groundwater faster. Be it a tap of your bathtub or kitchen sink, have you ever bothered to close it once you are done using water for the chore? Well, most of us forget, and water keeps on running across the tap. Is this not a wastage? It is. We are manipulating the groundwater reserves. Soon, we would be left with no supply that will leave us with only one option. It would be using the seawater. We all know that just in that case, we would need high-tech desalination plants. But what about the third world countries? Are they able to afford that much industrialization? Groundwater depletion is a phenomenon referring to a situation in which long-term water levels decline. In simple words, consuming the groundwater reserves faster than they can refill will lead us to droughts. Moreover, in places where surface water is scarce, groundwater is the only resource. And imagine they run out of it. You cannot even imagine the outcomes. Not only fulfilling the drinking needs, but groundwater is also utilized for agricultural pursuits. Let's quote an example. The groundwater is the same as money in a bank account. The more you withdraw, the faster it will end. If your deposit rate is lesser than withdrawal, watch out, you will face problems. The same goes for the groundwater reserves. Now it's time to discuss some problematic outcomes. Your wells will dry up. Streams and lakes will lose their capacities and face a reduction in water levels. Reduction in water levels would impact the quality of water, so deterioration in water quality is for sure. We all know about the distribution of water levels under the ground. In case the groundwater decreases to a ridiculous level, there is a threat of contamination via saltwater intrusions. Along with fresh groundwater, i.e. 2.6 million cubic miles, 10.5 million cubic kilometers, there exists 1 million cubic miles, 12.9 cubic kilometers, saline groundwater. According to the water table, the steam in lakes get the groundwater via seepage. This seepage in the stream bed would then end up in rivers. It further depends on the region's geography, geology, and climate. With an increased demand for pumping groundwater, there occurs a disturbance in how water circulates among an aquifer to stream. Faster rates of pumping groundwater also impact pumping costs. More the depth of water under the ground increases, you have to invest a good deal of money to pump it out to the surface. Last but not least, land subsidence is also a negative factor that shows up due to excessive groundwater usage. It is a common observation that when the waterbed is decreased under the ground, there appears no support. The soil would collapse without any rigid surfaces and drops. Although land subsidence phenomena are multifactorial, the most common reason behind it is the reduction in groundwater levels. Other reasons to contribute are the type of soil, type of rocks, and human activities. We need to understand the importance of fresh groundwater. Else be prepared, you will see the Third World War on water. If you don't want to live without water, you have to take precautions to protect it from wastage. Earthy Perks and Clarnia bring up an exciting offer. As a subscriber, tune to Clarnia.com to approach the world's classy home decor canvas wall art prints and get a flat $30 discount on Relations wall art. Use code EarthyPerks to avail of the deal.